It has been a while. It has been a while. We are back. Christmas is done. New Year's is done. And my bunny slippers are gone. But I had a great break. It was very, very nice. Very relaxing. A little bit longer than I expected, which we'll get into in just a little bit. But we are back and excited for the amazing project that is coming up today. I almost fell off the ledge. So this Christmas break was exactly what I needed to recharge the fuel cells, get back on track, and I am just incredibly excited for the next project. There's a post there. I even got a chance to spend some time on the Patreon server of mine, where they just put on probably the most amazing fireworks show I have ever seen in Minecraft. I think it was 600,042 million something rockets. It was a lot of rockets. It was absolutely incredible. They also built this just amazingly mind-blowing Christmas village with a Christmas tree that I hopped on to help decorate. Okay, I didn't really do much, but it was a lot of fun. Now, the reason this break over holiday was longer than expected was, to be honest, I'm going to let you guys in a little secret here. I honestly had no idea what to do. I think I spent a good 3, 4, maybe 5 days just wondering what my next big project would be on the Hermitcraft server. And I had a lot of things I wasn't quite sure. I'll be honest, I was a bit afraid to do another game on the server because let's face it, I've done a lot of games this season. I mean, I think they were pretty good, but I've still done a lot of games. But it was actually Etho who helped me out. I had a little voice call with him and he said, listen, just do whatever is most exciting to you and that's what will make the best content. So that is exactly what we are going to do today. I'm going to get started on building a new game that a whole bunch of hermits can gather together and hopefully have some of the most fun we've ever had among ourselves. But first, we've got some business to take care of. The old Christmas district that I haven't been to since, well, you know, Christmas. I think someone left me a present that I need to pick up. I'm horribly late at doing so. There's one present at the Christmas little advent calendar we made here that I didn't put there. And I think my buddy Papa K, Corrales, put it there for me. Tango. Punchy. A punchy. What did I get? A book. Okay. I'm very excited right now. Hang on. Hey, llama spinner. Keep it down. I'm reading a book. All right. Dear Santa Tango, please accept this small Christmas gift from Papa K. I could just hear his voice right now. Happy holidays, T-Man. Love, Papa K. Okay. All right. What do we got? Oh, what is all this? I didn't even realize these are all shulkers. I'm so clueless. What just happened? Are you kidding me? Corrales. Look at one free build from Papa K. What? I got 4 free builds. We got stacks on stacks of diamonds, redstone, netherite ingots. And look at the books. I couldn't possibly need any more books for the rest of this season and every season to come. Okay. I mean, greatest Christmas present ever? Clearly, I think so. That is way more than I expected. Holy cow. Thank you, Corrales. Oh, by the way, you might not have seen this. ZF and I did a live stream right before Christmas. This thing is great. We made, brace yourselves, we made Melvin the Melting Mecha Snowman. He's extremely derpy, intentionally, and we love him to death. Now check it out though, right? Melvin is a mecha snowman. He's just not all looks and charm. You take some snowballs, you throw them into his hang on, wait. I'm not very accurate. There we go! Ah! Melvin, we love you. I've also been finally trying to give myself at least a semi-respectable nether presence here. You know me, I had this little hole in the wall thing and I've been cutting through walls here and using impulses, a hole in the bedrock to get to the roof and everything. So I decided to finally shape up a little bit here and we made this room here, which is like a pretty cool little drop down for the nether now. So I can just come through my portal, which takes us right to Toon Towers. and drop through here and go straight down into the nether area bitch thing. But I like this room because we got like respawn anchors all around, a little crying obsidian with little bone blocks with the purple glass and everything, and another line of the respawn anchors down below there. I think it came out pretty good. We dug out all the bedrock ceiling with some lights and some black glass in the room. I mean, it looks pretty good. But the thing we need now, I think I want to make my own hole up into the nether roof somewhere. One of these, maybe that one over there. That one might be good. Oh yeah, that's it. If you look on the right, the targeted block is 127. That means that is the block right above that is open air. So I want to break that block. Now, I've got to admit, I've never done this before myself. I think we do that, we do this. I watched a little video. Now, the idea, I think, hold on, let me just do like one thing there. Okay, the idea now is I swoop my bits under here, and I flick that lever, which I guess like powers this, and then the magic and stuff happens, and I have to place a piston right there, basically where this is facing down. And then I guess it pokes through the thing with the, I don't know. I mean, let's see how it goes. It's supposed to use like an auto clicker, so this may fail. Oh, no, my face, no, flee! That didn't happen. That didn't happen at all. Let's try this again. I wasn't wedged up right underneath this. So when this flipped up, I popped up instead. So we need to do this. Let's get the piston ready. It's absolutely gonna work this time, kids. Of course. Let's do the thing over there and then the thing over here. I'm right clicking. Ah! Totally didn't work. Attempt number 3. Go. And holding right click. Oh, I think I got it. Didn't get it. Attempt number 47. Go. And it almost worked. Come on, please work. Please work. Did we get it? Did we get it? Focus, Tango. Be one with the TNT. Focus your inner clicks. Do the work. No, I might have got a little carried away with my auto clicker there. All right, breaky. This is the first time I tried it with an auto clicker. Before, I was just holding a right click to see if I can get by. I'm pretty sure it worked this time. Oh, we got a hole. a little block, and somebody's dead head on top. Excellent. We got our own hole. Well, let's do this. Let's get to the part that 47% of you have been waiting for. It is time to start my next massive project on Hermitcraft here. And it's what I do. It's what I do best. We're going to be making another game for the hermits to play. Now, most of you are going to remember a little game I did this season called Decked Out. Well, this game it's not going to be quite as big as Decked Out, but it's definitely going to be the second biggest game I've ever made. There's a little game going around on the internet these days. It's kind of all the craze. All the kids are playing it. A lot of the hermits very, very much enjoy playing this game, including myself. Let's go down to this little hole here. Okay, we're good. Everything's fine. Oh, we have friends. We're going to go ahead and we are going to make Among Us in survival Minecraft. Wait a minute, did this crazy fool just say he's gonna try and make Among Us in survival Minecraft? Yes, he did. Now, of course, the key word here is try. We are going to try to make this game. Part of the reason now I've been so delayed in getting this video out is because I think I spent maybe 4 full days going through all of the challenges and thought processes and everything related to recreating Among Us with some changes that I think will make the game even better, just to see if we can do it before I even pull the trigger. But I've gone through enough of them now where I'm fairly confident that this game can happen. So yesterday in a live stream, we dug out this hole and I kind of went in pretty good depth about all of the issues with the game and how I plan to overcome them. If you want to watch that and get a good 3-hour overview of all my thoughts and everything, you should watch that on my second channel, Tango Tech 2. If you're not subscribed to that, please do so. It's probably the best way to watch my previous live streams. So what I want to focus on today is probably not so much making a ton of progress toward the game, but showing you some of the problems that I feel like we were going to come across in trying to make Among Us in survival Minecraft and how we're going to get past that, or how we're going to Minecraftize it, if that even makes sense. The first thing I need to do, though, is, well, the first thing I need to do is kill this bat. The second thing I need to do is make a storage room. That was the biggest mistake I made with Decked Out, is I just had, like, shulkers everywhere and everything was disorganized. So we're going to make an actual little storage room out there just for this project. It's going to be of that scale. Oh, good times, good times. I'm down here lighting up some caves behind where the storage room is going to be, and I start hearing some noises. So I log my camera count in and I find this. Hey, anybody know why the server's lagging? Nice. Wonderful. All right, I got to clear these guys out, so I want to be very, very careful because those babies could pop in here and make my day very bad. So, okay, let's get another one there. We can break this one. We can break that one. I'm just like inching forward here, waiting to see this like barrage of zombie death. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Did you see those babies? Look at those jerks. They tried to eat my face. Oh, God. Okay. Oh, hi, friends. There's a few of you in there. All right. I'll be back in 20 minutes. All right, let's get started here. So I'm going to assume that you all know what Among Us is. If for some reason you don't know what the game Among Us is, you should go watch it. Just go watch it played on my channel. On Tango Tech 2, I've uploaded content here with us playing it with the Hermits. You should all know what this game is right by now. It's basically a social deduction game where there's a bunch of players called crewmates who are innocent, who are trying to finish some tasks, and there are some imposters who are trying to kill them. And the crewmates don't know who the imposters are. So instead of just diving right in and trying to make some progress here, what I want to do is answer what I think will be some of the very common questions about how Among Us can translate into Minecraft. Let's get started. How does an imposter kill a crafter? Now, a crafter is just a rename of crewman here. This doesn't take place on a spaceship. It takes place in the Minecraft world. And to help demonstrate this, the answer to this question and many of the upcoming questions, I've employed the services of our good friend Tango Cam. Now, Tango Cam is a good buddy of ours. He's been around for many, many years in Spectator. Tonight, I've put him in Survival. I know, it's a little cheaty, but no one else is on it, and I need a test dummy so that I can kill people. Now, as far as how the imposter will kill one of the crafters, your natural reaction would be to give them a sword and just walk up to them and kill them in the face, right? That could be one option. Now, of course, though, for an imposter to kill a crafter, it's got to be fairly instant, right? So we can't have the imposter engaging in combat with like multiple swings and stuff. So what I want to do is have the craftsmen or the crafters have very low health. You know, enter the dungeon or enter the area with just a little bit of hit points so that the imposter, when they so choose, one quick shot. Dead. But the problem with the sword is the lack of cooldown. They could just walk into a room and be like, you're dead, and you're dead, right? And three crafters are dead in the blink of an eye without them being able to respond. Not good. So we're going to use the crossbow, and this is good for many reasons. First, it's still, when it's preloaded, still instant shot dead, right? And then all I got to do is move off the crossbow on the hotbar, and nobody knows that I am the imposter. But more importantly, to control the rate that the imposter can kill crafters, we can control the rate at which they get arrows. So what I plan to do is have the imposter start the game with a crossbow and a single arrow, so they can kill someone right away. But then sprinkled throughout the map are going to be these little arrow drop-off stations where they have to tuck themselves into periodically to pick up one more arrow. And I'm going to control the rate at which arrows appear in there and stuff to balance the game. But basically, they'll be able to kill someone, but then they're going to have to like go get another arrow somewhere else, pick it up, go reload it, which is interesting. It takes time, and go find another crafter to kill. Now, of course, one of the obvious concerns that many of you are going to have is that when you kill someone, the death message shows up in chat. How are we going to solve that? Well, very simple, actually. There is now a game rule in the game called Show Death Messages that I will set to false whenever we're about to play the game and just simply turn it back on when we're done playing. This makes all those messages not show up to anyone. Obviously, when someone dies in Minecraft, they don't really leave any marker behind or anything like that. They just drop their inventory. And on Hermitcraft, they drop their head. So at the beginning of the game, all crafters will receive some kind of token, some item or something that basically just says, hey, I'm a crafter, and when I die, I'm going to drop this. So now imagine this is some really ugly hallway inside the map of the Among Us game that we're about to do. And trust me, I'll do a better job of decorating, but this is just to prove a point here, to show an example here, okay? Imagine I'm coming around the corner as the imposter, right? And I wouldn't have the crossbow in my hand, of course. I turn the corner, oh, there's an innocent. I do this, I hit the button, I pop them in the face, they don't die. I said, I pop them in the face, they die, and did you see the item? It drops immediately, okay? And it gets sucked up underneath the floor. So the idea is I'm gonna have the entire floor of the whole map be slabs on top of hoppers, or maybe carpet or something like that. Who knows? The point is, the items will get picked up by the hoppers before any imposter or anyone could pick them up, and then it'll be detected, and then a light in the area will turn on for, we'll say, 30 seconds or something like that. That way, if another crafter comes by and they turn the corner like, wait a minute, brr, report dead body. I know it's not the greatest solution, but I think it'll be good enough, and I think it'll get the job done to make the game very playable. Eventually, another crafter is going to stumble up upon this body in the form of a lit light and want to report it to all his fellow crafters. So the way they do that, I'm going to sprinkle throughout the map, in all the corridors and in all the rooms and everything, these note blocks. I'm not sure what they might be like down below or above the lights. It doesn't really matter where they are, but just know that there always is going to be one essentially in reach, so that no matter where you are on the map, there'll always be a note block kind of within arm's reach of you. So if you see a body, or, you know, in this case the light, you just turn, bam, hit the button, and it will play a little tune there, and it will trigger a meeting which will summon all the players to a central location to discuss who is sus. So the gameplay will happen down here in a big map. You know, the crafters are going to be moving around doing their tasks. The imposters are going to be faking tasks, murderificating all the crafters. You know how the game is played. But eventually, someone is going to call a meeting, right? Probably a crafter. It could be an imposter. Who knows? And that is where our little spaceship up in the sky comes in. Because you see, once a meeting is called, the players are all going to be instantly teleported up to this room up here. Up here. With ender porters. Now, an ender porter is basically just the new hotness. It's a fancy term for bloop. You can now throw your ender pearl into a bubble vader like that, and it will stay there in stasis, waiting to touch something. And as soon as it does, it will teleport you back there. So all the players, when the game starts, will throw an ender pearl into this ender porter here, and when we need to, we can wait for it. Is it back over here? I think, yeah. When we need to, all I gotta do is send a redstone signal back up to all of these things back here, bloop, and ow! Well, it will work a little bit better than that. Hopefully we'll work out the kinks where they don't suffocate in the wall. Probably have to put the glass or something. But this trapdoor closes, the ender pearl hits it, they teleport on top of the trapdoor, and they just the dropper right here will dispense out another ender pearl. So they just reload the system like that and then walk out. Let me close this off here. Pretend all that was there. They walk out into this chamber right here. This is the meeting room and the voting chamber. And obviously you can see all the colors around the room here. Every player is going to have a particular color. Once a player lands in this room on top of this glowstone block here, they will actually now be able to start communicating and using push to talk on Discord. So they can have a little meeting here. Who knows, 60 seconds or so. I'll have a little timer, maybe some lights on the ceiling or something like that. I don't know. But basically you're trapped in this little room here, right? Like, I can't move. So you're just discussing who you think is sus, what you've seen, just like the regular game. And as time is about to run out, there might be a little audio tune or something letting you know, or like I said, lights might let you know. But basically you're like, hey, that red guy over there, he's pretty sus. I don't like the way he's playing, blah, blah, blah. You would reach up in here. Now, this is, everyone will have the same thing above their head here. You reach in, you take out the color you want to vote for, and you simply place it in this dropper here and wait. When the time is done, all of the droppers that will be above each of the columns here will all fire, and their votes essentially will be collected and sent to a vote tallying system, which I've already got a design for in Redstone. So once the votes are tallied, that's when it gets interesting, okay? So say yellow is the only one I've built a real chamber here for. Say yellow was now voted off. 3 votes for yellow, 2 votes for red, and 2 votes for skip, right? Boom, yellow is getting voted off. And what will happen is there's the piston here you can see here, which will retract and pull back that glowstone block, and underneath will be a pool of lava. So basically all the other players will get to see that person get dunked into the happy fun sauce, and then shortly thereafter, like a second later, all of these trapdoors will fold down, allowing all the players to leave, in which case they could just drop down this hole. And this hole is going to basically drop them down right here back into probably the main chamber of the map. So play continues. Oh, and also, just to clarify, I don't have any plans to distinguish between reporting a dead body versus calling an emergency meeting. Both are essentially the same thing. So you can call a meeting whenever you want, essentially. So, yeah, that does mean that someone could call an emergency meeting more than once. And maybe we'll have just an honor system that says just don't do it. Do it only once per game or something. But I don't think that'll be abused, and I think it'll be perfectly fine. So, you see a dead body, you report it. If you see someone do something fishy and you want to call an emergency meeting, you call a meeting that way too, and everyone goes up to the spaceship in the sky. Let's talk about tasks. So I'm hoping to have all kinds of tasks, at least 20 different kinds of tasks sprinkled throughout many different kinds of rooms. Basically, just tasks are there for the crafters to wander around the dungeon and finish off their tasks, and that's how they win the game. If the crafters finish all the tasks that they have, they win. The crafters can also win, of course, if they vote the imposters off in the spaceship up above. Now, just today I did another live stream, and ZF helped me out, and we were just kind of messing around, prototyping what some possible tasks might be that we could use for this game. Now, half of these don't even really work. They're just ideas to get the gears rolling here. But basically, a task needs 3 things. First, it's got to hold your attention. It's got to basically draw you in. If you're in a room and say this is a task over here, it's got to kind of keep you paying attention to it. Ideally, it's going to make you face the wall. And that's important because it makes you vulnerable, and it gives not the imposters a chance to come by and then do their work, if you know what I'm saying. Second, the tasks need to be short. I'm thinking between 3 and 10 seconds to do a task. Some of them can maybe go up to 15 seconds or so, but I don't want a task to take 60 seconds or anything like that, and I don't want it to take 2 seconds. It's got to be just enough time for you to kind of get engaged, make a real quick little decision or something, and you're done. And finally, and possibly most importantly for this, and it's the hardest one to remember, is all of these tasks have to be 100% resettable or repeatable without any manual resetting or operation. It means they need to be able to do the task, and then someone needs to either be able to immediately do the task again, or with a single redstone signal signifying that the game is about to start, they can do it again then right afterwards. So for instance, right here, we have a silly little one we have called the shifter, something. I don't even know what it does. But basically, you have to get this this little gravel block to go in front of the observer. So you're kind of like, what? Oh, and then it pulls it back. And then you bounce up, and then you put it over. Oh, there you go. So you just got to do a little simple loop, right? Once you figure it out, the whole thing takes you about 3 seconds. Perfect example of a short little task. Another task might be something as simple as drain the hopper, right? There's some items there. I'm standing on the pressure plate. The items are moving from this hopper into this hopper, and your goal is to empty this hopper. And you just got to stand here for, whatever it is, 10 seconds or 8 seconds or whatever it is. And then the good thing about this one, as soon as you step off, it automatically self-resets. Now, Among Us, the actual game takes place on a spaceship, and they're all kind of space-themed, you're maintaining the spacecraft. I want to change that up here, and I just want all the tasks to be very Minecrafty in feel. I don't want a space feel. I want farms and mines and forests and different rooms like that have themed tasks for that room. For instance, we might have a farm area, and you might walk up and see the task. It's make a piece of bread, right? And you look in here, you grab a seed. You look in here, you grab some bone meal. You plant the seed, you bone meal it. You make 3 of them. You make a piece of bread, and you throw a piece of bread in here. You could probably do that in about 10 seconds or so once the whole thing was going. I've also got a couple of prototypes kind of mocked up in my creative test world here too. So for instance, this one might be a little fishing game on some ice. Like you press this button here, two little things kind of poop out to the side, and you have to light these 3 lights by dragging items across the hopper. So you'll something like that one. Maybe we'll try and light the right one now by doing like, oh, I missed. I got that. So I got to do another little round here. I'll grab that guy and try and drag. There we go. And once all 3 are lit, the task is done. You can kind of throw your fishing pole away or something. I don't know what to do with that. But there you go. That's kind of like a little bit better task. I'm thinking of doing a task, maybe something like this, where it starts with 4 lights turned off, and you got to press the buttons to get the lights to turn on. But every time you press it, there's only a 50% chance that it actually turns on. So you kind of got to watch which ones turn on and go back and press them. And sometimes you're done in 3 seconds. Sometimes, yeah, there you go. That wasn't bad. So I think you get the idea. The tasks need to be quick, short, resettable, and they got to keep your attention. I mean, I can keep talking. I've got a whole bunch of them planned out and everything, but we'll reveal them as we go. So here's what I'm thinking for task scheduling and things like that. Imagine there's like this super amazing, beautiful mineshaft room that's horribly ugly like this, okay? Imagine it's a good looking room, right? And it's like a mine themed area and stuff like that. And there's like a task right here in the wall. I'm thinking like above on the wall, there might be a light. It might be even higher. Probably will be even higher, okay? A light like that, right? And then maybe there's like another task over here or something. And this is like task stuff right there, okay? Like, you gotta do other tasky stuff there, and there's a light up there. The idea now is that no matter where you are on the whole map, you should be able to look around. I'm thinking of having it be like open air, so there's no ceiling, and you just look where the lights are, and those are the tasks that need to be done. Now, originally I was going to give every player their own individual task by giving them like a piece of paper that had the name of the task on it and all that and stuff, and it sounded great until I realized that when they die, they drop their pieces of paper and they'll have no idea what their personal tasks were. So instead, we're going to go with a shared pool of tasks. Like maybe there's like, 15 or 20 lights lit up all around the area, and those all reference the individual tasks that you need to go to. And when all those tasks are done, the crafters win. It doesn't matter who does what tasks. Everyone that plays this game is definitely going to die. It's not exactly hard for the imposters to kill you, right? They could just be like, look at me, I'm banging stone over here like a good little crafter guy, and they just turn, arrow, face, dead, run away, okay? It's not hard to kill people. Deciding what to do with people after they're back is the bigger problem. See, like everybody's gonna die, but I don't want you to have to like leave the game or have to wait or any of that stuff. So the tentative plan I'm going with here is that when you die, you will respawn at your bed, wherever that is, up there probably somewhere, and you'll automatically be splashed with a little invisibility potion, okay? Now, I'm gonna have players turn off particle effects so they can't see this right here. So one of the house rules is everyone has to turn off particle effects. And if you're someone who's walking around here, let's see, do I have anything? I don't have anything to hold on to. Let me see. Let me throw him something. There we go. This guy is going to pick this up, right? You can't do this. You can't walk around with bits in your hands because then everyone's going to see you. And what I'm afraid of is that, the invisible person's just going to run over and be like, hey, this guy right here, he's the imposter. Like, I don't want that, all right? But everything else about being invisible works. You go back into the game, you don't interact with anyone else, you continue doing tasks and continue helping your team win. Does this work? I'm not sure. We're gonna have to wait and see. We're gonna have to wait and see how often dead players accidentally keep things in their hands and show their position, and more importantly, do they gesture? Does it mess things up? Or does having all these invisible people finishing tasks make it too easy? Like, these are things that we're gonna definitely have to balance. All right, this one you guys are gonna love. So venting, all right? So for those who don't know, venting is a way for the imposter to quickly leave the room, like through the floor or something, and essentially teleport to another adjacent room and pop out of the room when they want, okay? So this is very critical for the imposter. This way they can kill someone in a room and not have to boldly stride out the exit to the room where everyone can see them. They can kill someone in a room and then just hop into the vent, escape, and be in another room and have a perfect alibi. So this is great. The way we're gonna do venting in this game is like this, okay? Pretend this is a room right here that you're in. I just killed someone right here. You're gonna see a couple, like a black wall like that, okay? Now, over here is kind of an adjacent room, and it also has a mysterious, you know, black wall or something. The idea now is I could kill someone right here, and instead of leaving through the exit, I just swoop through the vent. All right. And the best part is I can be in the vent and I can look out and see who's in the other room before walking out. And this is absolutely perfect. The only thing I would recommend is if you are the imposter and you do decide to vent, and in other words, go through these secret tunnels here, you got to go in and then immediately shift, right? Because you could stand here and shift and no one will know you're here. That person could be right there in that room where I'm pointing and not see you 3 blocks away because they can't see in the vent. Now, obviously, there'll be a very strict house rule that only imposters can enter the vent. But I think as long as I set them back like 1 block like this, I think it'll be absolutely fine. Oh, hi, Invis wearing off. I think it'll be absolutely fine, and you know, the crafters won't try to cheat and stuff and go in there. But this works perfectly. You can so quickly, boom, shift. You're out of sight. No one can see you. You can wait a couple seconds if you want, see if the coast is clear, and then just walk out like nothing happened. Now, the way this is done is it's invisible locked item frames. Okay, I put item frames on blocks here, and then I locked them. I put my black map on there that I got from Beef, and then I locked the item frame, and it's just basically a map floating there, and it is just the coolest thing. I'll be honest, Sabotage is the thing I'm probably the least confident about so far, but I do have some good ideas. So in terms of the things that the imposter can do to sabotage the crafters, like, of course, we could just do like a set of iron doors in front of all the major doorways to all the major rooms like this, just like the real game, right? They can do something to trigger these doors to close for 10 seconds or something like that and lock an innocent crafter inside there for an easy kill, or lock them out just to kind of slow them down. I think water could be used as a major type of sabotage in this game too. Basically, if you have no boots on and stuff, right, and like a hallway is flooded, I mean, this is very crude right here, but it gets the idea done. If you're trying to get down this hallway and there's water in there, it gets very frustrating trying to get through. So if we could splash water like this in strategic locations, you know, and then of course it would just automatically pick it up when it's done, that is a great way to slow people down, or even let's kind of trap them inside certain areas. Basically, there's all kinds of sabotages we can do. We could do things like lob a splash potion of slowness into the room they're in. We could maybe even like ooze out some lava to slowly spill in the room. Maybe even kill someone that way. I mean, lethal traps could be on the table. I also want to do things like the reactor sabotage in the actual game too. You know, so something will go off. There'll be like sirens going off, and the crafters have 30 seconds for one person to stand here and the other person to stand on this one, like over here, and only when both spots are taken is the reactor disabled or whatever. And if they don't do that within 30 seconds, the game's over. The problem I'm having with Sabotage is really how to trigger them in a good, smart way. So far, I've got 2 options, and I'll be honest, I'm not crazy about either of them. Like, option 1 is we give every Sabotage or every imposter a couple of sticks that basically allow them to do sabotage, and they're like sabotage tokens, right? And then anytime they want to do that type of sabotage, they just simply drop it on the floor and it falls in the hoppers and would get processed and sorted, and it would recognize it as that type of item and then trigger off that type of sabotage. It's flexible, but it's kind of slow and cumbersome, and it's just a bit weird. The other possibility that I've thought of so far is to do it inside the vents, all right? So basically, you come inside here, and in certain vents, there'll just simply be buttons that say, hey, close all the doors on the map. Bloop, all the doors on the map, close for a few seconds, you know, probably like that. Yeah, about that length or so, I'd say. Maybe a little bit longer. This is okay. I mean, it's simple, and it's, you know, it's in an area where only the imposters can get to, but it's not easy for them. They've got to go into a vent. And then obviously if this happens and all the doors close, all the crafters know, hey, let's check the vents because probably an imposter is going to be coming out any second. So yeah, not really crazy about either of these. If you guys have any ideas on how to trigger a sabotage, I am all ears. Drop me a comment, please. Hooah. Okay, that was a lot of chatting. That was a lot. Oh, hang on. I mean, that was a lot of chatting and stuff. Now, I know we didn't make a lot of actual progress on the game, but just like Decked Out, I got a lot of things I want to explain, and I know you guys have a ton of questions about how this game is going to be played and stuff. So hopefully I answered the vast majority of them here today. I'm sure there's going to be more questions. If you got them or suggestions or whatever, just leave a comment, and I will be scouring the comments as usual, even more so particularly with this episode because there's a lot at stakes here. I'm hoping you guys have a lot of good ideas. But guys, I can assure you this is going to be my focus project for at least the next few weeks. This is a huge project, and I can't tell you how excited I am to start calling people sus and laying sabotages and traps and stabbing people. Well, not stabbing, shooting people with crossbows and all that thing. Hopefully you guys are excited to see how this turns out, and I'd love to hear your feedback. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.